Okay, today is April 24th, 2023, and this is a meeting of the Kiwanee Commission at 5:30. First item on our agenda is approval of minutes from March 30th, 2023. Does anybody have any questions about the... I read them when I was at home.
I do not. No.
Okay.
I guess motion to approve.
Okay, we got a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Frank's and I. Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Okay, great. And then the second is the approval of minutes from April 3rd, 2023.
Yep, motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Awesome. All those in favor, Frank? Aye. Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dory. Okay. We have Sandy Parker request to use the boathouse and bathhouse for the Dragon boat race, boat practice. Sorry. I'll let you guys take it away.
Yeah, so, I guess Tori, so we originally, sort of had talked to Roger, the first time we came, and it was like, oh, sure, maybe we could store some stuff at the boathouse, and that would be great. And Dory called me at the end of last week saying, well, you can't get a key to it, and it's currently locked. So, how do we want to solve the issue of like, where do we put our stuff? Do we want access to the boathouse? Do we need access to the boathouse? And the other thing she mentioned was the bathrooms.
Yep.
So, I don't know, I guess we want to understand what the parameters and rules under which we're working with. I mean, we have a huge box that we can bring and store our stuff in. If we could put the box like on the side of the boathouse, that would be fine. I guess I have a concern about like if we ask someone to like lock and unlock the boathouse where all of our stuff is, like if that person isn't there, if they don't show up, like then we can't practice.
Yeah, and there's also a concern too on we would have to pay somebody to come down here if it wasn't, so that would be another concern. And obviously I mean, I don't know if you guys would want to foot the bill for that, but that's we do.
The question is would be what would the bill be?
It would be right now it's $20 an hour for a caretaker fee for something like that. Okay. So if you guys are there for 2 hours and you needed I'm brainstorming here. Yep. Like if you need somebody to go down, unlock it, then come back and relock it up, it'd be an hour for that, I would imagine. I don't think the caretaker would necessarily have to stay the whole time. But what type of box do you guys have that's going to go besides the boathouse?
It's like one of those construction boxes.
Okay.
Big
is it pretty heavy?
Yeah.
Okay, and if somebody hit it with a baseball bat or a rock, it'd be fine, right?
Baseball bat, yeah.
Okay.
So we have that. That's an option. The other question is, and if you don't have an immediate answer, just what would it cost if to have a caretaker, open the bathrooms, open the boathouse, and for each session. Again, we don't need an immediate answer, but we'd be willing to foot the bill for some of that. That seems fair and reasonable.
Yeah, we don't have a problem paying, especially for the bathhouses. That's really, the boathouse issue we can sort of solve. Again, it's totally possible for us to just bring all the equipment we need for practice and bring it back with us. The box would be ideal so that we don't have to.
But you'd want the restrooms.
We would want the restrooms open. So I would say, maybe starting at 5, like if practice starts at 6, people might start to show up, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then we'd be out of there.
So your practices are 2 hours?
2 hours, yeah. Okay. By 8.
It's every week, once a week?
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Is, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. So
if you could come up with a cost, we really don't have a problem paying. I guess amount is, we'd sort of like to know, but that's not a showstopper for us, and we'd like to be able to use the facilities.
Okay.
So it would be $20 an hour.
It'd be essentially $20 an hour. Yeah. Somebody come here, open up the boathouse and the bathrooms. Probably leave for the rest of the practice, come back and close up.
Right.
We'd have to find somebody who's available to do that. But yeah, I don't really see an issue with that. But okay, so I don't really think we need a motion on this if we're going to be discussing having a caretaker do it. So I would like to have Dory see how much, say, we'll give you like a month's worth of costs, how much if you guys do it 2 times a week, and then, if we have the schedule to do it, if we have the people on schedule that will actually be able to do it, that'd be great. And then we can kind of go from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds,
Okay.
that sounds great.
Great.
Oh, there's a chair.
Okay, so Dory, do you have that as a follow-up?
Yeah, and absolutely. And then I think I could draw up an agreement for us, that we sign that agreement, that this is, the way we're going.
Okay.
So we can have that in writing, have an agreement. And
Okay.
yeah, then we're all on the same page.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't think you guys really, unless you have a question about the agreement that will come out, I don't think you guys really need to, I know you guys probably don't live too far from here, but you like getting out, but, if you guys can, we'll do that at the next meeting that we have, so we can go ahead and start that agreement. So I think the next meeting is probably going to be the first week of May, something like that. So probably the first week of May we'll have that ready to
Okay,
go.
I mean, our current plan now is to get the boat in the water on Sunday. the
On this
30th.
Sunday?
This Sunday, and then start
Okay.
practices Monday, May 8th. So, that's really more informational. I'm not saying like, this has to be done before
Yeah.
that very date, but just so you know our schedule in the
Okay.
next couple of weeks.
Okay, so, okay.
Getting the boat here, we don't need anything for. I mean, we're literally just going to drop it in the water, tie it up, and walk away.
Okay.
But
You guys start practices when, I'm sorry?
Monday, May 8th. Is
Monday,
when
May
we
8th.
start
Okay.
our regular practice.
Okay, so we'll probably have a meeting, actually it's town meeting on the 1st, isn't it?
And that's just next week.
Yeah, and that's just next week, so we probably won't do that. Okay, in the meantime, if you guys need the boathouse open and the bathhouse open, I would say just give Dory a call, and then we'll figure it out. And then we'll work on the agreement after that, just so you guys aren't stuck, if that makes sense to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, okay, okay.
Great.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you very much, appreciate it.
Okay, no
Thanks.
problem.
I'm excited to see it out there.
Okay.
Yeah, oh god, we're excited too.
Me and Mr. Clemens are gonna have a team, just us.
That's fantastic.
Kayak only holds one.
We'll have to make room then.
Excellent. All right.
Awesome.
Anything else?
No, I think you guys are good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Just coordinate with Dory any days that you guys are going to be here, and then she'll hopefully have somebody here. If not, then one of us can run down and help you with it too. So. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Good night.
Okay. So next we have request for waiver reduction of fees for Bay Circuit Alliance Frontier Cabin May 1st to May 5th, 2023. Dory, would you like to start this one off, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the Bay Circuit Alliance, along with the AmeriCorps, they're going to be cleaning up, not really, they're going to be handling the Bonnie Hill Boardwalk labor. And they're going to be doing that from May 1st through May 5th. And this is a request from the Conservation Commission. And the group that is doing this is asking for it. They want to stay at the Frontier Cabin while they're working. And they're asking for a discount of the rate for the Frontier Cabin, and they're also asking for a waiver of the security deposit.
Okay. Okay. What rate are they asking for, Dory?
They just asked. They didn't ask for a rate. The regular rate is $120 per night.
Okay.
And they didn't ask for anything other than just a reduction in rate.
Okay. So if my math's not off, that'd be 4 nights,
So
right?
it's 4 nights.
Clarify the dates.
Yep.
It's
4 nights.
actually
Yep.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the first, second, and third,
Okay.
and then Monday the 8th.
Okay. So they want.
4 total nights.
4 total
okay.
nights. Okay, because on here it says May to May 5th.
Well, they work a 4-day week, Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
I did get an email from Lon today. I was
Okay.
going to say, and changing those dates up a bit.
Okay, but it's still 4 nights, right? So
4 nights, 3 nights the first week.
just not consecutive.
Right, 1 night the second week.
Okay. So the total for that would be $480. Do we need anybody to open and close the Frontier Cabin, Dory?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just on the first night, then closing it up, and then coming back the next day or on Monday, right?
Yep.
Okay. 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 Any other information you guys want to add?
There'll be 5, possibly 6 workers.
Okay.
So
And what exactly are they doing? They're
they're doing, it's the Appalachian Mountain Club, Bay Circuit Trail Alliance. They're constructing a boardwalk up at Bonnie Hill. It's to reroute the Bay Circuit Trail off High Street.
oh, nice.
So it's going to go from Bonnie Hill Lane down to the new trail we made, and then through to Pierce Ave. So,
Okay.
what they're doing is connecting Bonnie Hill to the new trail.
Nice.
Functionally,
About 400 feet.
yeah. Functionally, this is the last real piece that needs to be done so that we'll have at least 8/10 of a mile, almost a mile of the trail Bay Circuit Trail relocated off of High Street and part of Pierce Ave. Of course, there's no sidewalks or anything, into the nice woods and fields and things that we have there around the perimeter of the property. And of course, the Bay Circuit Trail goes through here too.
Yeah.
It comes up the road, turns
Yeah.
right, goes around the back to the bogs. And this facility right here is already familiar to a lot of people who, because we have seen, going back more than 20 years, we've seen potential, which would increase with public knowledge, of people hiking the trail wanting to rent a cabin or some other thing like that. In fact, in the year 2000, there was a major event. It's called Trek 2000. And a group of people walked from Duxbury all the way up to Newburyport. And the first night on the trail was spent here. And it was quite an event. Of course, that was almost a generation ago. So, but the thing is, this place where we're sitting is a jewel on this trail, and we think the old county hospital property is going to become another jewel. And it's sort of one big long Hanson experience. And the work these people are going to do is going to make a big contribution to that.
Okay.
They're exactly the sort of people that not only can help us with this, but they and their friends and neighbors and children and children's children would be maybe customers here later on as years go by.
Okay. Great.
So we're all set to go. They're going to start this coming Monday,
Okay.
and we just need to make sure we're okay with first Wednesday.
Okay.
What's the deposit? Sorry, what was the security deposit?
Yeah, I think it's what. Yeah, is it one night security deposit on that, Dory?
Oh, for the security deposit, yes, it would be typically.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's included in the 480.
No, the security deposit would be.
It's separate.
Separate. Yeah.
It's separate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
it'd be.
$200 security deposit, which is separate. Yeah.
Oh, 200. Okay.
So
200,
it'd be
yeah.
it'd be $680 total for the whole experience.
But the security deposit gets returned.
right.
You know, provided this. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, provided the
catastrophic
path isn't-
happens.
yeah.
Mr. Chairman, if I could add one more thing. It actually isn't so much the Bay Circuit Alliance and AMC renting the facility. It's the Conservation Commission, because we are the
Right.
people coordinating the project, and they're coming into town as part of that project. And so wherever the money comes from, it might be coming, if the fee wasn't completely waived, we would be using conservation and trail construction grant money to pay this.
So this is a town department request, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they simply are.
That's our agreement with them.
The vendors that are coming to town, and we thought, because of their work style, a lot of their projects are out in the back country, and they're just as comfortable in tents. Even most, you might see tents outside the Frontier cabin, because they like it, unless it's a working storm or something. But in actual fact, it's really the Conservation Commission and the town itself working to cover those fees.
Okay.
So Peter here, Paul there.
So what we usually do is for discounted rates or waivers and fees, the only thing we would charge is the caretaker fee. That it would pay us. It would just essentially cost us to cover somebody coming in, locking it up, cleaning it up, and everything like
We're
that.
certainly looking to do the right thing as far as labor and staff and everything are concerned.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure it isn't. This isn't like your typical customer. It's sort of us.
Yeah, no,
Instead of
I
Dave and
understand.
me doing the work, they're coming to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So I mean, I would, going down from $480. I mean, I personally wouldn't mind. What is it? 4 days, and you need how many hours to clean up for the Frontier cabin? Does it take, Dory? Like an hour, 2 hours?
An hour. Yeah,
An
I'd say an
hour?
hour.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna clean up on there. Okay.
So maybe like an hour in the front, an hour on the back end, like $40.
I would probably.
open and get
I would
ready?
probably say 80, just because you have to open it to get ready, close it the first stay, and then do the same thing on the next day.
Two stays.
Yeah, so 80. It would probably be. Is that? I mean, is that acceptable?
Oh, yeah, we don't want you folks to be out of it.
Yeah, no. So that's what we
You know,
even.
we're limited in time.
We just want to cover our costs.
Yeah, we just cover our costs as well. So we don't want to. We don't want to put
And
out.
as well you should, so
Yeah.
we don't have a problem with that.
Roger, I have a question. Is that, would we need to put like mattresses in and get that set? Like, is it set
Yes.
for people to stay?
Taken care of, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You helped provide a
Yeah, you
preview.
met with us.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're,
and I know some of them said they'd probably sleep outside anyways.
Yeah, some of them just like.
But I wanted
Yeah.
the cots there just in case.
Of course, running water is a nice thing.
If it rains, you'll have plenty.
It's even a fireplace in there too that might work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, is there any more discussion about this? No?
I'm good.
Okay, does anybody want to make a motion?
I guess motion to waive the per night fee and just charge $80 to cover the hourly costs of caretakers.
Okay, I have a second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Frank's and I. Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome. Great, $80 is for the whole stay.
Appreciate it very much.
It's
No problem.
It's a great project, and actually, this 250-mile long project has about 8 miles in Hanson, and you're helping a lot, so thank you.
No problem, anytime we can help.
Yeah.
The stairs are already in at Bonnie Hill Lane, by the way.
Really?
I might take a look.
And
Yeah,
we're
that's
not
great.
going back a couple of decades. We've made a commitment to the neighborhood of Bonnie Hill, and that will not be a parking area. People want to
okay.
park down by the hospital or the new
Yeah.
parking area on Pierce Avenue and start your walk and finish your walk down there. But if someone from the neighborhood wanted to walk down, or someone walking, let's say, from Kingston to wherever, walk through, those stairs they come kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And then we want the boardwalk to be equally awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks for that.
Thank you
very much.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Great job, you guys.
See you later, guys.
Take care, Ryder. Thank you.
Okay, Treasures for Four Hearts nonprofit request for discount of craft event May 21st and August 6th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Dory, do you want to get started on this?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this Treasures for Four Hearts, so they are requesting, as you said, 2 craft events. They're a nonprofit, and all of their proceeds after expenses will be donated to the First Responders Hug Patrol and to Autism Eats Out. So they're requesting a discounted rate to have those 2 days, May 21 and August 6, from 11 to 3, for a craft fair at a discounted rate.
Okay. How much would we usually charge for that? That'd be, isn't that like a vendor? Wouldn't it be $1,000 for that usually?
If it were a vendor, it would be $1,000 for sure. If it were like a craft fair, like somebody using the facility, it could be $500 for 5 hours. They want it for 4 hours.
Okay.
And they're a nonprofit, so it's a little bit, there's
Isn't
not
there,
really a slot.
don't we have a nonprofit rate?
No, we don't.
No, we got rid of
Oh,
that.
we have a
That was voted,
fundraiser.
remember, a
We have
while
a
ago.
fundraiser, right?
Not to have that.
we got rid of that.
There's the lodge rate, for $500 for 5 hours. Then there's if it's a company, having a workshop or something, that's $1,000. But this is a nonprofit and it's a craft fair, and it's 4 hours. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Like I said, there's no slot to really put them in. It's kind of a different type of a thing. So it's a craft fair, and they'd like to use our lodge for 4 hours.
Okay. 4 hours, so 8 hours total for both days, right?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to think of what word it is. Okay, does anybody have any discussion about this? 8 hours total plus hours, so 10 hours total, I would say, with breakdown and cleanup before and after. Probably actually a little bit more, right? Is an hour before the event you need to set up, and an hour after the event you need to set up. So
Yeah.
12 hours.
Both days.
What's that?
Yeah.
Times both days.
No, 12 would be total for both days. So it would be 6 hours a day. Yeah, essentially is what you would need. I mean, $1,000. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Somebody have a life vest throw me, save me here.
That's what we have.
Is there anything else in those days?
We voted on that. Fundraiser.
Are those the updated rates?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dory, Melissa's showing me the updated rates on the website. They show the party rates for a fundraiser of 5 hours is $500.
And then additional.
Yeah.
But
It's not
but
a
it's the
separate
same.
fundraiser rate. It's the same rate.
It's the same rate as a regular
Exactly.
party.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there's no discount for a fundraiser. It's $500.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether you're having a nonprofit or you're having a birthday party.
Do they need the kitchen too, or?
No.
Okay. Does anybody have a number that they want to think about for a discount? They just want to charge the regular rate? Any opinions?
Can we make sure those dates are open?
Yeah, those dates open, Dory?
Yes, they are.
I mean, maybe do 500 for both events.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Just cut it
in half. Yeah, cut it in half. Yeah. Caroline, you good with that?
Yeah, I was just thinking about don't take up a wedding date if I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think we would, I don't think we would do that. Okay, Dory, does anybody want to make that motion?
I motion to charge discount rate $500 for both events for the May 21st and the August 6th
Okay.
for the Treasures of Four Hearts.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
Second, okay. So Dory, just to be clear, that's $250 per event, $500 for both.
Yep,
That we're
perfect.
approving the rate for, okay. Okay, all those in favor, Frank and I, Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome. Great,
Perfect. Thank you.
thank you. Appointment of Lori Cogan and Jason Green as event caretaker/caretaker, so both of them are caretakers?
Yes, actually, exactly, Mr. Chairman. We had an occasion to interview them both. They're both excellent, and they both can be event caretakers and caretakers, which is ideal, which is exactly what we need.
Great.
So if you approve them tonight, they're on the select board's agenda tomorrow night for
Okay.
approval, so we can get them on board.
And they're willing to work, like the maximum amount of hours, they were on call, whatever, they're willing to?
Yeah, they
Okay.
work weekends, nights,
Okay.
days, whenever their availability is, they're both very excited about it.
Great.
Very excited. Two great applicants. I think they'll be a really good addition to the camp.
Great. Any questions? Obviously, they're not here. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve Lori Cogan and Jason Green as the event caretaker/caretaker.
Second.
Second, okay. All those in favor, Frank and I, Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dory.
Dory, just quick
Thank
question,
you.
and Roger too,
Sure.
so, if the Board of Selectmen approve them, when would they start?
We'll get them.
So once they
paperwork.
approved them, then they would. I would have them come in. They'd come in and see Stacy, who is at the treasurer's office,
Yeah.
and sign them up with all the paperwork.
Yeah.
And once that's done, so I'm thinking May.
Okay, and then what would we do, just do like a train them normal, they'll shadow somebody?
Training
and-
on the job and.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
cool,
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
that'd be great. Just what we need
yeah.
for the upcoming season.
Yeah. It's gonna
Should
get
we need
busy.
any more event
Yeah.
caretakers at that point, or we think we're good?
I think. Go ahead. Sorry, Dory.
Go ahead, Roger. What do you think?
I was gonna say, I think that we should probably be okay, because we don't have the massive weddings that we had last year.
Okay.
I mean, could we use two more, like on call, or you think we're?
I wouldn't want to take the hours from everybody else, though.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Because if you don't give hours, then they lose interest and they go away.
Yeah, true.
Do we still have the two younger caretakers that are here? One of them? Okay.
The other one we haven't heard from. Dory, you haven't heard from Taylor, have you?
Not at all.
No, I didn't either.
So Dory, did you mention before that that if it's Frankie, right?
Frankie.
Okay. That she had interest in becoming a lifeguard?
No.
No?
Not Frankie.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Not for this season, no.
Okay, cool.
Did you, maybe initially she did way back. Now it sounds a little familiar, but no, she definitely changed her mind.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So any more discussion about the caretakers, event caretakers? No? Okay, then we'll go into our next hot-hitting discussion, Cranberry Cove, the summer program. So I'd first like to start. Dory, do you have a number of how many passes we've sold so far?
I don't have the number with me right now, but we've sold. I can tell you the dollar amounts is
Yeah, please.
over 2,500.
Okay.
Actually, it's more even more.
I get.
Yeah, I think it was more than that when I counted up.
Might even be $3,000 by now. Caroline, I sent her everything, right, Caroline?
I think I actually.
Profits right now are at 42.55.
Oh, okay.
55.
Great.
Okay.
And that's with, we have, 2,600 with non-resident, 1,400 with resident, 180 with military.
Okay.
And I believe it's around like 27 passes. So, I mean, I would like to see 100 sold, so I think we should push
Yeah.
advertisement and get,
Well, if you have a Cove kickoff, usually people come in pro so that you have to do a little thing, nice early June or late May. People come for that, because it's warm enough.
Okay.
Sure. Now we just need to staff it.
Yeah, so that's the other question. That's the other
Well,
problem that we have right
that's
now.
the big
That's the biggest problem that we have right now is the staff for the Cove. So how many lifeguards do we have that applied? I think there was only one, right? That was
Right.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, we had like 7 that applied. Is Margaret there?
Yeah.
Do you
Yes,
remember?
Margaret's here.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're there, Margaret. Thank you. Yeah, we had like 7 that applied, and then one changed his mind that he wanted to be caretaker, not lifeguard, and then we did get it. Margaret is where we did get an application from someone, but he's only available like 2 weeks in August, so we are in desperate need of lifeguards.
Yeah.
Available for the rest of the time though?
No.
No? Okay.
That one would be at this point in time, a wasted
Okay.
energy.
Okay.
My conversation was that he was going to be available for the 4 weeks of August, which I said, all right, that's great. If you could commit to August, and then he had a follow up saying, oh, and by the way, we're also doing X and Y. And
Okay.
So I was like, so pretty much that person is unavailable. But I did do a whole bunch of posting on Facebook this week. Pembroke, Hanover, all the Hanson ones, and I think it was somebody else, but I try to, post it out there. But Indeed, I get the Indeed updates, and like every day there's probably like 10 we need lifeguards people. So when I met with Dory the other day on the way out, there was 2 women that were coming in to book a wedding event. Dory?
I remember, yes.
Yeah, and one of the women, she's like, I grew up with her, and I was trying to. She has a daughter that we're trying to convince. I'm like, can she swim? She's like, yeah. And I said, would you think she'd be willing to be a lifeguard? And she's like, but for you, probably. So I am gonna try to get my guy to do a lifeguard training for like almost at cost. But if we could get kids to say, okay, if they could commit to a 6 weeks at the Cove, that they could get the reduced rate. So if we could, like right now, the Ys are like $400. And like the places like the Kingsbury Club are $425 to get your thing. If we could try to get it at like $300, which is a really good rate, I think he'd be willing to do that. I don't know what else. We've done. We updated the town page. I don't know if we can put in something at the high school in the newsletter and just say we're looking for. And then if I can get him to commit to doing a training, like if, and I was talking to Dory about this, we do the land training here, the CPR and all that stuff, and then possibly my other job, we might be able to sneak in there and do the water stuff, or they could suck it up and do it here in really cold water or something like that, training. So if we could try to come up with some sort of a poster about lifeguarding, but I don't know. I can't believe we haven't gotten any. Really, we had just the one.
I know.
Lifeguard. And the Y is doing a ton of training. Like every time I'm there, they are doing a training.
Do I have to go sit outside the Y and just start pestering the people?
can we
with
do like an incentive? Like, can we,
So-
we did get
Can
money.
we do an incentive?
Like $100, we'll give you $100 towards your training or something like
Right.
that.
I was gonna say if the training's $300 a person, if
Right.
they can guarantee us that they'll stay here for
Right.
the season, we could pay for half of it.
Right.
Right? And just make it $150. Because how long is the certification for?
It's 2 years.
It's 2 years, so.
Yeah.
that's definitely been an issue. I've had conversations with a few young girls that were like, I can't pay $400 to go get mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we could try to do that, it's like we could come up with a flyer. So I just sent my guy, he was on vacation last week, so he was like in Aruba or some nice place like that. If I can connect with him tomorrow and see if, because I had already had the conversation, would you be willing to? The only thing is like he's doing classes for the Kingsbury Club, but he's willing to, do some either intensive, like a Sunday thing where he did, stop here a couple nights. He's willing to be flexible about trying to get people, so if we could come up with some sort of a, I'm not good at the whole crafty Canva flyer thingies, but I could get the information of what I would like on the flyer.
If you can get me the information, just tell me exactly what to put on the flyer, I will do it.
Okay, so, yeah.
So I mean, the kids who like I'm not going to say they don't have $150, but usually they wouldn't even have the $150 to do it. Is there anything that we can do and say, okay, we'll pay for half of it, and then every week during the summer we'll take $10 off of the total, like we'll pay for it up front,
yeah.
and then we'll take every week we'll take $10 out of your check to kind of. Is it possible, Dory?
I don't know that is. I was going to say that.
Okay.
I have to check look into that.
They do it for my health insurance.
So like the whole thing with like the certification is good for 2 years, and then the recert is much easier than the regular one, and it's not as expensive. It's like $200 and something to get the recert. They can, it can go with them to college. I think it's about selling it. So whether we can get into the guidance suite or something, I don't know. Like I lifeguarded in college, and then I taught a class. Like I ended up having the WSI. I mean, it's like it's really not that hard. Like Dunkin' Donuts, you actually have to work harder as a whole to do that. This one, you just really, this is about as safe and nice as you can possibly get. And even the wine, it's a pretty easy gig. So I'll create a flyer, I'll double check with him to see if we can get something going. And I don't know what other venues we can do.
I think if we have a flyer, I can probably send it to the superintendent at the high school and say, hey, can you like any of your track, like we're paying half of
He can email it out, can't he?
Yeah, he can email it out too. Yeah, he can email it out. So I can ask him and be like, hey, your athletics director that you have there, I actually know the athletics director. Never mind. So I'll send it to the athletics director and say, hey, we're looking for lifeguards. We're paying for half the certification. Looks really good in a college application when you're a lifeguard for but the question is, how many lifeguards do we need? Because I don't want to pay for 10 people's lifeguard.
Yeah,
I don't want
right now. I'm in the process of getting my final certification, not for nothing, so I can be a backup person. My buddy's got to do the paperwork. I think we need 6, if I was trying to figure it out mathematically, because none of them seem to want to work 40 hours. Like we could do 4 if it was 40 hours, but those kids probably don't want to do 40 hours. So, I don't know why, so I think we would need up to 6, and then I could be a backup. So like if we didn't have somebody, I could step in and be a guard on demand. Okay. So that would be so I would think 6. I think I could figure it out, because if we do 11 to 7, and again
at this point we'll take as many as we get, and then we just have to cut hours at the Cove, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if we get 2.
Yeah, but well, that's
need 4 to get it up and running.
Okay, so I'm just going to...
I'm not the 4.
Right.
I'm going to be optimistic and say, what if we get 12 people who want to be it? We can't obviously pick 12 people who want to be the lifeguard, because we'll have to pay half of their thing for that. That'll eat into the cost of actually running the Cove. So, okay, so 6 people. So if you get the flyer over to Melissa, and then
just the information.
Just the information.
Just tell me. That's fine.
And then when she makes the flyer, I'll reach out to the athletic director at Whitman Hanson, and I'll see if he can send it out, have some high school kids, and we'll go from there.
And just, Mr. Chairman, before anything, I'll look into it just to make sure that we're okay doing that.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Check that
Thank
on
you.
my end.
Yeah, we don't want to be illegal.
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know what that would fall under.
Before. We've done a training up here before at a reduced rate. So, but when we've done the flyers to the superintendent, I've done them all the time. You just have to ask permission. Like the last round, I said, can we do these flyers? And they just say yes. You just have to go through the permissions process.
Okay. Yeah, and worst comes to worst, it wouldn't be bad for us to just pay for that guy to come do a class and not have kind of take the employee aspect out of it and say, I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But if you could check on that, Dory, if we could pay for half of it, that'd be swell. And if we can't, then we'll have to figure it out from there on. So.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So what are we looking for, to make a hard decision on this? If we don't get anybody by the end of May, Then we have to make, like, what's
Yeah.
the alternative? We can't open the cove? Like, that's worst case, right?
Do we have gatekeepers? You have gatekeepers and they could monitor,
Yeah.
but they're not like,
So it's
they
not
could call
closed completely,
911.
it's just-
But we can't, so, and Dory, I don't know, you might need to confirm this. We can't charge people and not have lifeguards, correct?
That's exactly right. Remember that? Because
Right,
they
insurance.
right.
Yeah,
That's,
yes.
yeah, right. So, if we charge people, then, right, we can't charge, that was what that came out to, I think a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Went through that, and that's what they said. If there's no lifeguards, we can't charge people to come, because it's like a pond,
Right.
So, yeah, so that's the thing. That's why we can always have got gatekeepers that want to work. They will, that's not a problem, the
Right.
gatekeepers, but, it's the lifeguards.
And they have to be 16 for the lifeguarding class. And like we've had a lot of interest from 15-year-olds to be lifeguards. And it's they can do it at a private place, they can't do it at a public
Right.
thing. That's the law.
Okay. Okay.
I have lots of connections with athletic directors through transportation. If you want, when those flyers go out, I can send them. I can get them to all around.
Yeah. We're bound to get
Like
4 or 5 people that will
I know.
actually do it, right? Like, I mean,
one
If
from
you
each
get one
town or
of 4,
something.
it's not
yeah.
ideal if you include me, but
Yeah.
it would be better to have 6.
okay. Okay. Any other discussion on the Cranberry Cove summer program?
Through them a little bit, not
Yeah.
not just pick 4 because they're there. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to have 10 that
Right,
we could be like,
right.
oh, what are your
And then
hours? Like, can you work?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you
It
want
would
to
be
work?
great because I feel like a lot of this is what it sounds like from what I'm hearing from some parents. Again, it's the summer. Like last year, everybody went on vacation, but this year they're going like on pre-college visits, and they are still doing these long extended family vacations. I'm like, I don't know where they're getting all the money from, but whatever.
Yeah.
A lot. Like I'm hearing that a lot. Like this April vacation, I think everybody went away.
Yeah.
So they're making up for a lot of time apparently. For 2 years of COVID.
Well, I'm hoping that, we've gotten so many passes sold that
Yeah.
people are sticking
Yeah.
around this summer.
It's
I don't know.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just need to push the passes more for it. We have a good start. It's like $4,200 is a great start.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
Yeah.
there was a little bit of back and forth on some of the Facebook pages about
Bees.
the bees.
Oh, jeez.
That reminds me about the bees, since we're on the Cove.
If you come, the bees will go away.
We need to get the tarps on the beach out there for the bees. I know that didn't somewhat work last year. I'm not sure, but we have no other option to do it. I think we need to get the tarps on the beach down there for them. Unless one of us goes down to the gas station, it's pouring on the sand. Let's smoke them out. Yeah, and we also need to get if we're moving sand around with power equipment, we need to talk to conservation and get a notice of intent. For that. I don't think we're going to do that. I don't think we're going to take power
No.
equipment down to the beach.
No, we haven't
No.
discussed doing that, no.
No.
Great, good.
We also just need, can we get like an updated list of the safety equipment?
Yes.
Oh,
we would need to
So we went
purchase?
through the cabinet. I know we definitely need the rescue tubes out there are not in good condition. The backboards are fine. I was going to call the chief, but then he retired earlier than.
Yeah, you need to talk to O'Brien now,
Yes,
Robbie O'Brien.
We're talking
Yep.
to Robbie. All right, so Robbie and I, since I trained Robbie, I can talk to him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and it just threw me for a little. I had not a good week last week, so between a no car and a daughter in the ER, it was not a good week for me. So my space was not there, but the backboards are fine. I think we need the fire department to come in and look at the head.
Get immobilized.
Mobilizers and the straps to see if they're still in good enough condition, and I'll let them make that decision. Yeah, and then one of them was definitely chewed and was gonna need to be replaced. But we found kickboards, and we're definitely gonna, that rope that was up there is not ideal. Usually it's a much thicker rope, and those buoys, like, that we found, and that, you know, that's like, we could use that to mark the spaces for like little kids or something like that, but that's not good for boundaries, for sight lines and all that. It's not really, you know, and that would probably be a couple $100. I don't think it's gonna be like thousands of dollars. So I think it should be a low. And then there was, we have the first aid equipment, Resusci Annie and all that equipment, and we can do, I can probably get our guy to come in and do like CPR training and have that be sort of like a fundraiser too. Have him do like,
I actually need to get my
yeah,
certification.
so.
I'll sign up.
So we have the equipment up there, it just needs to be cleaned up, but like we can run them for, you know, basically, he'll just do them at whatever he needs to plus a little bit, but.
So maybe for the next meeting, can we touch base and come up with like a more
Concrete.
list and how much it's gonna
Yeah.
cost, so that,
Yeah.
that the next meeting we
Yeah,
can.
I have the website for the lifeguard safety site, and the other thing with it, we usually pay for the lifeguards bathing suits and t-shirts. There were some t-shirts, but they were tiny. You know, so again, that'll probably be a couple $100. The t-shirts, the lanyards, and we usually buy them. And the whistles and the safety mask. So each lifeguard has their own mask just in case. That kind of stuff. And then same thing, have the fire department go through the first aid kit to see what. So I'll call Robbie.
Okay, so next meeting, we'll have a list of the equipment that we'll
Yeah.
buy. We'll
Yeah.
set a price and approve buying the equipment. Hopefully, we'll be approving some lifeguards, maybe.
Yeah.
That's optimistic, but even if you know we can't get the interview, if we get some applications and people are replying back saying that they're going to interview, and we have to do, because they don't need to start until
Right.
you know June 16th, but then
Yeah,
we'd
right.
have the training.
Yeah, if
you
we
know.
could do like have the training and then also have like at the end of the training we'll have interviews on the spot, like at
Yeah.
the end. Like
Can you secure the training for like a week before the Cove start? Can you talk to your guy and say, hey, a week before the Cove start, we want to do the training, and then we'll have all the way up until there?
Because what is the actual date of
I think it's the 16th, right?
June 18th.
18th,
Oh,
June 18th, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good because I get out of school on the 14th, I think. So if we had, like, if on the 6th, hopefully if on the 15th through the 17th, if he could do the trainings, that would be great, or that week.
Yeah.
Or even maybe June 10th to the 11th. So I'll ask him.
Yeah, just any of those. So
Any
at
of
that
those.
point, we already have it lined up. We're not waiting for lifeguards to get here, and
Yeah.
worst comes to worst, we're going to say
Yeah.
if we get no lifeguards, right, we'll just
Right.
be like, we can't do the training, and then there's no
Right.
no craziness. So yeah, if we could set the training date for the lifeguards at that time, and then we'll go ahead and everybody we interview from here to now will be pushed over to there. So okay, any other discussion on the Cranberry Cove Summer Program? This is going to be an interesting one. So
Do
this
we
is going to be an
have,
interesting summer.
are we talking about or have a date for the Cove kickoff?
I don't have a date for that. I don't know. Are you guys planning to do that and kind of make it go? I'm not sure what really took place in the past of the Cove kickoff, but
It's usually the day.
We had like a little ice cream maker. We had like little duck things. Again, I don't know what shape the kayaks and all that. People could take the kayaks out for like a 20-minute spin or
Okay.
things like that, and just
We did a foam, the fire department did the
foam
foam.
thing. So you could just do all pretty low budget stuff, but
Okay.
just and the kids. I think at that point, even we didn't have lifeguards ever on staff at that point, so people couldn't really necessarily go in the water, but they could just come in, and it was more like an opportunity to just sign up, and meet and check out, and hopefully we can get the place cleaned up a little bit more
Okay.
too.
okay.
So, how long did it usually last previously?
Like maybe 2 hours.
Two-
Yeah, it was not a big.
Okay.
It was just a nice, come on
Right.
in, soft entry kind of
Okay.
thing. And it was another chance for people to
It
just sign
actually,
up. So.
it would be a good chance to, for people to pick up their pass, because we also have to talk about like
That's
printing up passes.
So there's a template.
There's a template,
There's a
and
template.
Lon
There's a
from
laminator.
Conservation told me there's a laminator
There is
in
one
here.
there.
Yeah, there's a laminator in here
No, no.
somewhere.
So I know.
Oh, you know.
I don't. I just know they're all. It's a template, and then we laminated them all
Yeah.
after the family name was put on the back of them.
So, yeah, what I was saying is there's actually the equipment and the laminator here
Yeah.
to do that. I just
Should have been, yeah.
I don't
need to.
mind
It's
working
in,
on it, I just don't know where to get the template.
it's in one of these closets.
It's in-
And I haven't checked
okay.
yet, so it might be in that one if I'm not mistaken.
The laminator?
Yeah, the laminator.
The template should be online, like when Dory, the template was in that packet of like from 2016 or whatever, like it had the lessons, it had the kayak pass, the kayak permission, and there was a template, it's just a little,
Yeah.
and it's like 246.
Where's
I think,
that
8.
information to store?
It's Dory should have it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it was, I mean, I think I still have it on my desktop at home if she doesn't, but it's probably easy, it's like, I think it was 8 things, and, and they had to be the like little town blurb, thing in there too,
Okay.
but I think Dory does have that template. If not, I'll go back and check on my heart.
Okay.
Can we
Dory
talk about a date then?
for the goal
It's
kickoff.
usually the opening day, isn't it? The 18th?
No, usually they do it, well, I mean, again, for the last 420 years, it was usually like the week before, just to get like before open, so people could.
Like the Saturday or Sunday
Saturday,
before.
Sunday
Okay.
before.
Well, why don't we just do it on the 18th?
Well, because that's the opening day, though. You want passes sold and printed before that day.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like the
distribute.
week before would be ideal.
Yeah.
Like if you do like the
Yeah.
like the whatever the 12th or something like that, whatever it
And it
is.
doesn't impact anything up here.
The
You're
11th.
having an event here, everything's
That's-
down there, so it doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the second weekend right after graduation. Do you really find things?
When's graduation?
The last day of school is the 14th
The last day of school for
for Indian Head. Is
I thought it was
June
the
14th. No, 14th. It's Wednesday.
okay, so it's Wednesday and
You
we
don't want to do a
open.
graduation weekend.
Right, because that's what I'm thinking. Like the 2 week, the
So the
Yeah,
weekend.
it's only a
weekends
2-hour
before.
window, you know what I'm saying? It's not
2
like,
weekends before are basically school graduation, and then before that is Memorial Day. So
What about the 17th?
and then you've got
What about the 17th of June?
June 17th, the day before.
Wait, so we open up the Cove on a Sunday?
It's Father's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's weird. It has to be like Sunday to Saturday or, it's state.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that sounds good the day before, I think, to me. I would have everything in place. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
You'll have to count me out completely. It's a dance recital weekend for
yeah.
everywhere.
I mean,
Bike week, just saying.
Oh yeah, actually.
it's never gonna be an ideal one, but you gotta pick
Yeah.
something and hope people, are,
She'll
like,
be at one.
like if it's, obviously
never a good
graduation
time, is
weekend,
it?
people are that,
When's graduation?
No, I just hate to, what I mean, do all this
Unless
and
you
not
do it
say,
again.
oh, I can't help at all. You know,
What's
'cause-
graduation on Saturday?
No, it's usually
Friday
Friday
night.
June 2nd.
Oh,
we
but then the
graduate.
parties are like
Yeah,
Saturday.
the weekends.
yeah. The only thing about the weekend before is I'm going camping that weekend, so I won't be around. So
Yeah.
I mean, we can think of a date that might be better. Maybe the Memorial Day weekend, like the Saturday, might be better. I don't, maybe like Friday or
Could be a Friday night.
or that Monday, because everybody has Memorial Day off, right? So I don't know if
I'm not going here on Memorial Day.
yeah. So I'm not sure.
What about the weekend before Memorial Day? That's nice and boring.
You could do that. I'm not here that weekend either, so I got to go on family vacation to Ohio.
That's fun.
We'll see. Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys want to do it that weekend, that's completely fine.
Do you have any plans for that?
Not really, can't afford to do anything. No, I'm here.
What do you think would be better, a Saturday or Sunday?
Then and again, May is usually confirmations too, right?
I don't know. I think we should wait till June, but I don't know. I think May is too early.
What if we just don't make it as big of a thing and just do like, pick up your passes, come get an ice cream, check out the Cove?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And it's only a 2-hour event, but
Right.
just a nice meet
Right.
and greet. Like again, that was one of the things that especially the littles, you get like those moms with little ones that are all
Yeah.
just like, where am I going to go with these kids for the
Yeah.
summer, right? And like again,
Check out the beach, whatever.
you know, it's always been very successful, and we've usually had a big crowd. So I, you know, again, there's never going to be a perfect weekend, but again, I don't know what's going on in the world right now, but selling things is hard. But everybody's overscheduled, so like I would think the first or second week of June.
Or 11th or the 17th, or even the 10th.
Yeah.
10th, 11th, 17th.
Of June.
I thought we should for like Sunday the 11th, and we'll try to see if we can get an ice cream truck to come. I feel like we're too close to make it into like a big thing.
I don't think, yeah, but I think what Margaret's saying, you just don't even need to make it into a big thing. Yeah, it's just
we
like,
got rented a snow cone machine.
Yeah.
Bubbles, the kids could go in the kayaks.
Yeah.
And there was like, you know, we had buckets and toys for them to just sort of like hang out and kind of get the feel of it. Because again, it's been over 2 years since that has been used appropriately. I mean, it's really.
do we have a snow cone machine here? Or do we have to rent
We
one?
rented it from Country
Rentals?
And usually they've given like a discount.
Okay, cool. I
it's
can
a
talk to you
low-
about it, yeah.
You know, we buy all the different flavors. And,
I won't even-
Bubble machines too.
yeah.
Yeah, well, isn't there like the bubble
It's
truck
very
thing
low
that
key.
goes
It's
off?
not a big deal.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just, you know, ice cream and cone, you know, snow cones. The kids think it's like the best thing,
Yeah.
you know. So it's not
I can
really a
ask
big thing.
the
It's
ice
just-
cream lady that's come here. She could probably swing by for a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah, she just parked there. Don't think it's like we-
So
we
June,
bought
so
three
June
snow
11th,
cones
June 11th,
for-
you guys can come up with a time for June 11th, if that's the day that you guys want to do it.
10 to 12.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be anything too
No.
extravagant, but yeah, 10 to 12.
Sunday will be up at 9.
Yeah, 10 to 12.
There's a graduation party that day from 11 to 4, but that's up here.
Oh, yeah, that should be fine. Okay,
Someone will stop in.
okay. Okay, any more discussion on the Cove Summer Program?
You need a job.
No? I'm good?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to team reports. I don't think we have anything for team reports. Like we said, we're going to discuss that after July, when we reorg the committee and reassign the teams. We'll discuss the team reports. I do have, I don't know, Dory, do you want to give an update on the budget and how we're looking for next year, or do you want me to take that?
It's up to you. I can take it, Mr. Chairman, if you like. I'd be happy to.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Just, we'll go
Okay.
on to old business for that.
Under old business. So, so we had a good year. We earned over $270,000 in revenue this year, which is fantastic. So our budget is set at $314,000. From program receipts, we've got $268,000 and $500,000 in program receipts that we're using to set our budget. We're using our retained earnings that we have, which is a little bit over $45,000. And then that gives us our budget of $314,000. So right now we're right where we need to be. We've had a great year, and we're not at, no subsidies from the town. We're doing great. We've made a lot of, repairs to the camp. We're doing great. Bookings are great. So we're in a really good spot right now. I'm happy to say.
And just a note, just because we have the money doesn't mean we need to spend it. So,
Because I don't know, it's not going to be that way forever.
yeah, it's I'll tell you.
Doesn't look good.
I'll tell you one thing. I mean, looking at the budget for this upcoming year, we're going to need every single penny and dollar we can get out of it. But since we do have the budget, we can really start to hit the Cove and if we get the lifeguards, we buy everything that we need to do. Like we have a more of a expanded budget for the Cove this year. If we just one-time purchases that we need to make, kind of set it off for the future is what we need to do. We kind of need to invest in that this year, but we definitely need to do more advertising about weddings and actually I should have probably added it to this agenda. I was going to have Dory add to the agenda. Seeing if Renee, if we can give Renee more hours to go off and maybe do some wedding shows and stuff and advertise, because she is the event coordinator. So, but we'll have that at another discussion next time. But this year's budget was awesome. We did a really great job on the budget this year. So
we did.
It's something
Excellent. Revenue was
Yeah.
amazing, and that enabled us to set our budget is exactly what we would hope for.
Yeah. And coming
That and
from
along with retained earnings.
how many years? How many years did we ask the town for money before this?
I
Probably
think
5
every
years,
year.
maybe
I don't-
5 or 6
Ever
years.
since I've been here.
I know when I started, we had 59 cents in retained earnings. That's what I was told. So
Yeah.
there you go. Look at us now.
Yeah, we're living the high life.
Exactly. Yeah, we're doing
So,
good. So,
um,
yeah, you're right, though, Mr. Chairman. We're going to keep this up, advertise, and got to, keep the bookings going, and we're going to be good.
Awesome, great, thank you, Dory.
I'm gonna skip on that
you.
note.
No problem, thank you, Margaret, appreciate it. Okay, so we have departmental report. Dory?
Just two quick things, Mr. Chairman. As you know, as you walked in, you saw the floors, how amazing they look.
Yep, look awesome.
Unbelievable. Yep, does an amazing job. So I think if we schedule that every year, we'll have that great floors to look forward to, and it truly is a selling point. Everyone that walks in and says, "Oh my God, look at these floors." And the only other quick thing I have is we had a ribbon cutting ceremony on Friday at the senior center. The seniors are back in the center. Very happy to be there. They had loved Camp Kiwanee, but they are happy to be home. And it was truly a great ceremony. And then they had food, and we didn't stay for that, but food and karaoke, and they were having a great time.
Nobody told me about
cute to see them all
karaoke.
back in their home. I know. I beat it up the door when they said karaoke, but it was very nice. So we loved having the seniors. It was a wonderful thing for us. We missed them when we came back and they were gone, but they're settled, and it really worked out great. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Awesome. Yeah, they were super appreciative that they can use the whole
Yeah.
field. I would have ran in there if I heard karaoke. I
should've
love
called you.
karaoke. Okay, great. So awesome for departmental report. Okay, caretaker report. Jack Chen, you guys have anything?
I got that.
No? Good. Roger?
Sure, I could hold this here. The newest cabin is 3/4 the way paint.
Looks
3/4
really
the way
good.
painted.
That matches. I was like,
Looks like
because I walked through there yesterday and it was
Yeah.
like, it's like really close match.
It is. It's a very nice match.
Yeah.
Jack and Jen have been doing most of the painting on that.
Looks good.
The electrical work that was paid for by the insurance company for putting that cable underground, wiring that building, that's already been done. The wire inspector was out, inspected it all, it's all passed, so everything's all legit.
In a little bit. Go back over there, okay? Sorry about that. Go ahead, Roger. Sorry.
No problem. Jack, Jen there again, and Frankie, they've been doing a lot of painting. The bridal cabin has been painted on the outside to an extent. If you drive by it, you can see the nice bright blue out there. The interior is being painted. The green bathroom, I covered that over today. It's no longer green. It's the same as the hall here.
Okay.
Much brighter. As Dory mentioned, the floors were completed. The bathhouses have been cleaned by Frankie and Jen. They've done an amazing job cleaning both of them. The water's turned on, the hot water's turned on, so they're ready to go. And you probably saw a ramp down to the pavilion.
Looks amazing. It looks great.
Partially done by me and
It looks
volunteered
awesome.
by Mel.
I saw that yesterday.
Nice.
And it's handicap accessible now. Right.
Wheelchair.
Wheelchair accessible.
Wheelchair. Yeah.
I'm gonna put a couple of rails on the two sides,
Yeah.
not for handrails, but to keep wheels from
Yeah.
falling off the two sides. That's the only final touch I'm gonna do to those.
Yeah, it looks great.
And that'll be ready to go. I didn't like the concrete that was there before, and when I went to patch in the concrete, the wood that was there was rotted from the bottom side up, along with the building being rotted in that area, so that's why I decided to put a ramp in instead. Plus, it makes it, that ramp is tough enough that the gator could drive in it, but please, guys, don't drive in it.
Yeah.
The ramp will be going on the new cabin as soon as I can do that. But we're making a lot of headway here. We had the lacrosse team out here last Thursday or Friday. They took care of the south end and cleared all the debris on the grounds.
Nice.
Nothing has to be done. We have Boy Scouts, we have Girl Scouts coming in this coming weekend. So we're already starting to take off with the different events.
Awesome.
But I do want to thank Frankie, Jack, Jen. They're doing a marvelous job out there on these paintings and I ask for something to be done, and bang, they're right there to do it.
It's awesome. Yeah, we got a. The caretaker team is superb. Superb.
Jack and I make an awesome team.
No doubt, no doubt.
It's awesome. No, thank you.
Around, but we get
Yeah,
our work done.
yeah. Thank you. No, you guys, everybody's doing a great job. During the
those
winter and the winter
mattresses
time
in the
too,
garden?
everything's getting done. It's
I
good.
forgot all about it. Yes,
Yeah, I saw
we
that.
took the delivery of the mattress. They're all in E1.
Nice. That's good.
After the pollen comes down and goes away, they'll be dispersed out into the camps. We'll use the old ones for this coming weekend.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Anything else? All good.
No, that's it. That's all I can remember.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Set next meeting date. Sorry to wake you up, Sheila.
Rogers, what's the plan for the bathhouse? Does that need a lot of repair or to get that ready? I mean, I know we have a whole month of May, but
I haven't spent
really-
much time down there. I'm guilty because I'm trying to get this place
Yeah.
as clean and as well looking for the bridal show as possible.
yeah,
My plan was to really attack that after
yeah. That's what
the
I
show.
figured. Okay.
But a lot of stuff has been taken out by Jack and Jen there again. It does need a thorough cleaning inside and decide what needs to be done at that point.
What about the show? Do we have vendors?
We have roughly 100, a half a dozen vendors coming in for that, and I want you guys to come whether you pay or not.
Oh, no, I have my stuff. I'll take care of that. too.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we have 6.
Thereabouts, yes. I've still got a couple of commitments, but I don't count them until the check arrives.
Do you have who do you have caterers for the event? Also, not like cooking
I have.
food, but for like vendors.
I do. I got 2 that are coming in. One is Abington something swine,
Okay. Sarcastic swine.
Yeah.
and I can't think of the other one.
Catering boss.
What was it,
What was it?
Victoria?
The catering boss.
Yes.
Did you reach out to Meadowbrook and the old hitching?
Meadowbrook's busy. Hitch and Post is owned by somewhere else. Tavern, they're already booked that weekend.
Yeah. Well, Fork in the Road too.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
all the same company.
Yeah.
They're tied up.
Okay. Okay.
Reached out over 100 locations and just not getting any responses back
Okay.
for it, but I think we're gonna have a good time. Can you just give me the new number?
Yeah, I think last time I checked, it was like 60 or 70.
Yeah, last one you gave me was 66.
Yeah.
But I think
check
we're gonna have a
again.
good time, and hopefully we can fill some of our weddings from there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and even
They never replied. No.
even if there's 6 vendors this year and we have, let's say, half of the people show up, like that's next year it'll be,
Exactly.
it's a growing experience. Like the people who do these things for a living, I would imagine didn't start right the first time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And we'll
okay.
probably do some tours like we did, like Dory
Yep.
and you guys are doing tours and.
Dory unfortunately is not gonna be here,
Okay.
but we'll.
Is Renee gonna be here?
Renee will be in the office,
Okay.
and yeah,
Okay,
Jen
great.
and Roger can do tours. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Renee will be handling things in the office.
Okay, great. Okay, so next meeting date, I was thinking probably the first week of June, or the whatever the Monday is,
Of what? May, you mean?
the last Monday of June, I would imagine.
June?
Oh,
No.
May. I said the first week of June, the first one, and then I was thinking the last week of May on the second one. So I think one of those 2 dates would probably be good.
The 29th?
29th of May.
The 29th?
Oh, is that Memorial Day?
That's Memorial Day.
Okay, so we have to do the next week, right? The 5th of June.
June 5th.
That's a long time away. Just saying.
We could do another one, but I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here the week of the 19th to the essentially Memorial Day. So if you guys,
Oh.
if you want to have a meeting on that day, that's completely fine. You can do that.
We don't really have anything though, because we're not doing anything until after that anyway.
Okay. If you think you got the Cove good.
Can they purchase safety equipment without us?
Approving it.
Okay, so what we can do.
That's the only thing.
So here's what we can do, right? We will go back to the discussion about the Cranberry Cove Summer Program. I will entertain a motion for Margaret to spend up to $2,000 on lifeguard equipment for the 2023 summer season and beyond. Anybody want to entertain that motion?
Is there a budget? There's no budget.
There is a budget, there is a Cove budget.
No, I don't, but not for like, is it like break it down or is it just like one?
No, I mean, it doesn't really matter when it's in that, in that portion of the budget, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
move it around anywhere. It's not like a town budget where
Right.
police officer has a car, he has to spend it on
Right.
cars. We can kind of do whatever we want with
Okay.
it, but there is a Cove budget.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what we would take it out of. And I think we have unencumbered balance for that, right, Dory, for the Cove budget?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'll entertain a motion for $2,000 for lifeguard equipment.
Yeah, motion to allocate up to $2,000.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Frank, aye, Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome, great. So, yeah, if you could just send out the equipment that she's gonna buy, Dory, when she comes over there.
Yep.
Relax. Okay, and then we'll set the next meeting for, what was it, June 5th?
Okay.
Okay.
I think it,
Great.
is it June? Yeah, June 5th's a Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so June 5th's a Monday, okay, so we'll set
Oh,
the
I
next.
can't. I have a Girl Scout thing here.
Oh, good, you'll be here anyway.
We'll just yell out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'll
It's
ask-
a bridging ceremony.
Yeah, I'll
so
yell
I'll
out the
be-
window and ask you for a second. I mean, Melissa, make the motion. Anyway, so June 5th, 23, unless we want to do that Tuesday, June 6th.
The 6th is a little bit better.
A little bit or
It
not
is.
at all?
It's better.
Okay, does June 6th work for everybody here? Okay, so we'll do June 6th instead, Dory.
Okay.
And
Sure.
we'll do the same
5:30?
5:30 time, yep, please.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, I'll have a second.
Second.
Second by Sheila, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Awesome, great, thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank
Dory.
you.
Thank you.